Hello there, welcome to this video about people pleasers and narcissistic mums, because people pleasers have often had a narcissistic mother, and we'll look at least at how that happens and perhaps how you can start to do something about it. I'm Alan Chatting, I'm a psychotherapist, and I see a lot of people as clients who are people pleasers and have narcissistic mothers, so I get the mechanism. And they often are people who think that it's all their fault and there's fundamentally something wrong with them, and they just have to work harder and try harder and be a better person, and then everything will be all right. So let's just clarify that you're in the right place. Are you the sort of person who feels you've got to please other people all the time? And do your needs always come second? Because they're typical people pleaser signs. And do you feel responsible for solving everybody else's problems? And if you do, I'm having a little guess now that you might be quite anxious anytime there's an argument. You might feel that you're responsible for taking care of making sure everybody's happy and nobody gets upset. And you probably second guess what everybody else is thinking so that you could try to work out what to do to make everything okay. And last but not least, I bet you apologise a lot. Is that you? Are you a people pleaser? Well, poor you, because it's very hard work. So let's look and see if we can work out whether you have a narcissistic mother. First of all, is your mother difficult to please? And is it hard for you to know what she wants? And does it turn out that you always do the wrong thing anyway? Because she always knows best and you obviously don't. And you don't match up to her standards, not like your brother or your sister. It may be that the other one is the pretty one or the clever one or the sporty one and you're second best. Or maybe you're a girl and she wanted a boy, or the other way round, as it was for me. My mother wanted a little girl and she ended up with a little boy, and she was always disappointed. A clue about narcissistic mothers is, do you have a brother or sister who lives a long way away, either in another country or at the other end of this country? Because it's often the case that some children of narcissistic mums decide just to go no contact and be somewhere else. So that's a clue. Do you find yourself making loads of arrangements, even though things actually are quite well organised anyway? So let's suppose that your narcissistic mother is elderly. Do you find yourself over-organising the carers and filling in gaps when someone else needs to be doing something? You might find, if you've got a narcissistic mum, that she disapproves of a lot of people. Not to their face. She'll often criticise them behind their back, and generally make complaints about them, but be pleasant to their face. Does she fly into a rage when she doesn't get her own way? Or did she used to do that when you were little? And was it scary? Because that's a very clear sign of narcissism. Do you find that she's manipulative? In particular, does she manipulate other people to make you do what she wants? For example, you decide that you're not taking her shopping on Saturday because you need some time to yourself, and then the next thing, a neighbour phones and says, well, I hope you don't mind me calling, but your mum's very upset that you're not going out with her on Saturday. Or maybe even one of your kids. Oh, Nanny told me she's upset because you won't take her shopping. That's very common narcissistic activity. And it wouldn't be surprising, because I've heard this several times, you might even find that your partner or your husband or your wife says to you, Do you know what? I don't know why you don't stand up to your mother and just tell her no. And they just don't get it, do they? How difficult it is. So if you've been able to say yes to all of that, then you've got a narcissistic mother, and poor you, because it's damn hard work and you don't feel good about yourself. You've been conditioned to be a people pleaser by your mother from the time you were very little. And it's you can't resist that when you're a little child. I mean, you can scare the life out of a lion cub and it will still be frightened when it's a big lion. And it's quite hard to undo that conditioning. So, first step, check this out. Is your mother a narcissist? Because there's something to learn from that. And the something is this: there is nothing wrong with you. You are not a bad person or a person who doesn't work hard enough. You are dealing with a woman who at best is difficult. And to be honest, you could probably describe her behavior as abnormal. It's not just, oh, she's a bit cranky. She's a difficult stroke abnormal person as far as her behavior is concerned. And it's quite good to learn that and let yourself off the hook, because this is not your fault. So that's your first step, is to become informed of what the situation is and not have some fantasy that you're not good enough. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll look at perhaps one or two things that you can do to start making things different. If you've enjoyed this video and found it useful, could you press like and subscribe, please? I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.